Hi, how you doing? Well, my name is Madeline McCullough. I am the founder and CEO of Missing 24, otherwise known as hashtag Missing 24. And Isaiah, I met Isaiah through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was he had put up his post back in, I believe that was the end September, end of August, beginning of September, put up a post and was saying, "What if we all just boycotted businesses and everybody like that?" But we were already had Miss 24 had already been pushing. We are boycott movement, so we had already been pushing to boycott, stay home. So I put the idea on his page, commented on his page. He liked it. I have screenshots, and not even 24 hours later, he posted a stay-home boycott.
So basically, he liked what you did, then kind of tried to replicate it on his social media.
Right.
Okay.
But putting it out as if it was his idea.
Putting it out as if it was his idea.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I found it kind of coincidence. You weren't saying this before, and now I've been posting this all over your post on your page, and now you come out less than 24 hours to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a problem with it.
Right.
So I did a Facebook Live, and I spoke about the situation. He commented on the Facebook Live, and he inboxed me his phone number. So we got on the phone and we spoke for an hour or whatever, and he apologized and said, listen, what do you after he's like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. What I pretty much said to him, I deleted the video, so I said, you know what I'm gonna do, we just want you to support us. That's all. I said, you can write a post saying you support us.
Right.
So he said, right. He goes to me, Blue. He said, Blue, go ahead and write up the post. Tell me what you want me to say, and I'll post it.
Now, that's how we started in my situation. When you introduced him to me, he was very, look, I want to support, I want to do what you're doing, bop, 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 along those lines. And I was like, all right, well, cool. He got some level of notoriety. Boom, it's no harm, no foul. He could help out.
Right, exactly. And, I wasn't looking for what he brought to the table. I wasn't asking for this. I never asked him for anything that he did for us. He did this on his own. It wasn't that evening. I was already on the phone doing radio interviews. I did 2 radio interviews that night.
Right.
That he had set up.
Right.
Again, I must reiterate, I did not ask for any of this.
Exactly. So you didn't ask for something. He presented something that he could help, and you said, okay, a helping hand is always a good hand.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm okay, and I've always been okay. I've been an activist for over 13 years, and I've always been okay with slow-mo. I say slow-mo because I have been in this state for a very long time, and it's going to take a very long time for our people to get out of this state. So I'm okay with going the slow route, taking it easy.
Right.
Just, feeding the baby slowly.
Right.
So I've been on TV, I've been in newspapers. This was nothing new for me.
Right.
So he just wanted to put it out there to reach the people, get the media attention, but I'm not trying to reach the media. I'm trying to reach black people.
Right.
So
when did it get a little foul for you? Now again, you ain't coached me. This is all your words.
Absolutely.
When did it get foul for you? When did you see how he was moving that was a little strange?
When he started to include everybody, meaning all races.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a black nationalist. I am a Pan-African, as he claims he is as well. And I do this for everybody. I do this for black people.
So how was he trying? How was he trying to include people that you didn't have as your target market? Was he doing it? Was he asking you?
No, putting up posts, saying for everybody, black, white, poor, that we are the world stuff, and I'm just not for that.
So basically, he was trying to get influenced into your mission. He gave you things that you didn't ask for, then was trying to, in essence, kind of like control your situation.
Absolutely.
Legally, what was he trying to do on paperwork for you to get control of that?
On paperwork, work. We were looking to patent trademark the Missing 24 name. And his people, he never came out and said it, but his people were that he brought to the table were suggesting that I add him on as an owner of it, a part owner of it.
So
But
his people,
was not willing to do that.
right? You weren't willing to do that. His people said, "Yo, you should just let Isaiah be the owner of the thing that you created."
Facts.
Right. And so it's like, nah. So okay. So what happened after you said no?
That was again towards the end, and as I said, that's why I was like, I was pretty much done with it, and it was just whatever he was doing, and after contact, I stopped calling him. Then he got upset because, I stopped calling him. He literally drove a wedge, and we started with a team of 4, and we ended up with a team of 2 because of the wedge that he drove in between us. A lot of infighting because of a lot of stuff that he caused.
Right.
I'm sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. I can ask something.
The wedge.
Oh, the wedge. Pretty much, he had a conversation with one of us, the 4 of us, and I don't know what happened on the conversation. I wasn't on the phone.
Yeah.
But when I did speak to him later, he pretty much was like, he didn't want to deal with her. He just wanted to deal with me.
This is the same. This is the same thing he did to one of my right hands, Janine. He said, "Oh, you need to not work with her. You need to, she might not be able to go further with you. I have somebody that I can put there, and they'll do volunteer work for you for free as well." And I'm like, "Nah, that's my ace. Like, you know what I mean? You don't do that to your team." And he fell back a little bit. So in essence, when you said, "Yeah, this is my team. We not agreeing that we're gonna give you ownership over that logo," especially with the way that you came in, that's when things started getting foul and controlling.
Yeah, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm pretty much done. I was done with the situation at that point. It's just the way he talks to people. He's very controlling, and I started to see the opportunist in him.
The opportunist in him.
He's an absolute opportunist. I mean, to me, that is the perfect description of him.
So
he's here to get what he wants, and he's looking only to benefit himself. And
right.
that's what he showed.
Right. Let me ask you this: what is the way that he's moving moved with your organization, and how he's attempting to do with me, and the situation with Darren Sills? Does that kind of bring up a little bit of a red flag for you?
Well, he told us that he knew Darren Sills, and they spoke on the phone a lot, and he spoke with his family and everything like that. I don't know this is true. I never looked into it. I just let him do it from his side and everything else. I understood how he felt, and he was very passionate about it, and which is fine because we all are in here. But I'm not looking just to fight for one person. I'm looking to fight for everybody.
Right. I asked you that because that was the angle he hit me with. He initially was like, "Yeah, the work that you're doing, you remind me so much of Darren Sills, and I don't want the same thing to happen to you." First of all, I don't even talk like that. I'm gonna be here for 90 years. I'm not playing that game. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like I guess he kind of tried to use. He's an actor. He tried to use the things that he thought I was. I ain't on no revolutionary suicide tip. I think he tried to use some of the things that he thought that I might be into to try to, coax me a certain way, and it just didn't really work. So, in your opinion of the things that he's saying about me, as far as I'm the con artist and I'm swindling him, and, of course, leaving out the fact that he tried to get 25% of my company, in your opinion, straight up and down, do you think that that's in his character, or that's something that he's shown, or that's something that maybe I'm just tripping?
This is reminiscent. A lot of things that he did with you was reminiscent of what he did to us. To be perfectly honest with you, and I just don't think it's right. And it took me by surprise because of the fact that if he did this to us, he did this to me, he did this to you. Who else has he done this to?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You're taking genuine people who really are trying to do something for the people, for the community, and it's not going your way, and now I want to be out here just saying all this, putting all of this negative and fake news out here, alternative facts out here, so to speak. It's just disgusting, and the people are taking it in and they're believing it because of his celebrity.
Right. Yes, and that's pretty much what I ran into. And so it's like I normally don't even, I gotta protect myself. I mean, outside I don't really give a fuck. I mean, as far as internet, like the people just running with stuff, and it's like I just got over some more fake news that one of these other little clowns down in Atlanta is on. So I'm just like, all right, I can't double down on the foolishness. Let me reach out, let us communicate, and like I said, I did a different video. I'll send you a copy of it as well, kind of giving more of a detailed breakdown of me and our individual case with him, me and him specifically. But I just appreciate you, being willing to step forth, and if legal action needs to happen.
Exactly. And you know what, to be honest with you, Maj, it's really sad, and it really bothered me. I considered Isaiah a friend.
Right.
We've had in-depth personal conversations over a short period of time. And for you to break off your support of us through an email, not even a phone call, he just emailed us and saying that he's no longer want to deal with us and he's not going to explain and nothing. And that's fine. We're fine. But I think based on the relationship that we had, he should have been man enough or friend enough to actually pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, this is what's going on, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I can respect you more for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You touting out here like you're this man and this king and this Pan-Africanism, but you're going to send an email to me saying that, and then you put up a post on Facebook pretty much saying that you should have never support us and anybody, and you're embarrassed for telling other people to support us, and now you're shedding indirect negative light on us.
Right.
And we didn't do anything wrong.
Right. And it's the same scenario. Like I said in the other, the video, I said, look, if he apologizes to you, if he apologizes to other organizations that he slandered, because that's what he did, he can get his break.